dude, I'm like not okay. Like I'm like debating on do I just like not finish this because it's so fucking like heavy, man.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. This is Steven in Stereo, and in today's video we are in for a treat. This is Halsey's 5th studio album, The Great Impersonator, and we are going to be doing a full dive into this record. I'm super excited about today's video. Before we dive in, I just want to plug my Patreon. I'm so thankful for my supporters over on Patreon. If you guys are interested in seeing this video as a full uncut album reaction where we listen to the entire thing, we don't cut anything out, we just jam it, you know, we don't cut anything for pacing, copyright, things like that. If you guys are interested in that full sort of like jam experience, hey, I have that available over there. So thank you guys. There's over 150 albums you guys can jam with me over there. I feel like I've been doing this a while now, so quite a collection. While we're on the subject of Patreon, I have a shout out tier over there, and I would like to use this opportunity to shout a few of y'all out. So I want to give a huge shout out to Joe, Noah, Amanda Ackerman, Jeanette, Beth, Tanya, TK, Claudia, and Jen. Thank you guys so much for not only being members of Patreon and supporting me, but also for being a member of that shout out tier. It means a whole hell of a lot. Right off the bat, there are 4 songs that we're not going to be doing because I have full videos for them already. And that's just Ego, I Never Loved You, Lonely as the Muse, and Lucky. With those songs being dropped leading up to this, I of course have been reacting to them because I love Halsey. So yeah, take that for what you will. All right, the first track that we're diving into, and we're just going to start going into this thing, is Only Living Girl in LA. This is Halsey, the impersonation of Marilyn Monroe. And I think that just as a preface of this entire album, this is not a cover album. I'm fully aware of that. Halsey is responsible for all the lyrics and melodies throughout this entire thing. But I think this is really going to showcase a lot of versatility. I use that word a lot, but I feel like in modern music, it's very important. So not only is Halsey putting out a full album, but she's going to do so in a way where she's exploring sounds that she is inspired by, aka The Great Impersonator. So Halsey songs inspired by artists that Halsey appreciates. All right. Only Living Girl in LA.
The only one who sees.
Vocals sound so clean.
I wake up every day in some new kind of suffering. We're left behind my body.
God, I'm always such a fan of that like natural vibrato that exists in Halsey's voice. That's like the small tremble. It just adds so much to everything.
I don't know if I could sell out my own funeral. At least not at this point in time. And if I
don't know if I could sell out my own funeral, especially at this point in time. That like goes to show a lot of things when you're like diving into your own fucking life. It's like, am I popular enough right now in my current life to even have enough people? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even like in real life know enough people to even like justify myself throwing a funeral. Like it would look silly.
never met.
Hell yeah.
It was never mine.
That's so deep right there.
It means I have no name. And I could run away to somewhere on the West Coast.
Oh, such a good tempo.
Finally be a real life girl. And they'd be right because quite frankly to be alive shouldn't kill me every day.
Okay. They're all right because just being alive shouldn't kill me every day. Just the existence of my fucking life shouldn't be this troublesome every moment of every day. Sometimes you can get so fucking caught up in that too, that it feels like it's never ending cycle that you will literally never leave.
Feeling everything that everyone alive feels every day. Every day.
Woo.
Feels every day. I told my mother I would die by 27.
Fuck.
And in a way I so excessive.
Come on, I told my mom that I would die at 27, and in a way I kind of did. And then to go on and speak about like how this thing that you love, this career that you love, also has a negative to it, because that's the thing that I think people fail to realize sometimes, is this humanistic thing of us where it doesn't matter if it's the greatest dream in the world to somebody. They can be your favorite thing in the world and also come with a fuckload of problems too. And I think that is a really great lyric to set that, or at least that whole little section there. That is so gnarly, so heavy. Wait a minute, what the fuck? What even just happened at the end of that? I had to actually turn it down because my headphones were sad, because they couldn't keep up with the frequencies of how fucking heavy that was getting. I'm so into that whole last section. I already like this song. I like the amount of personality that Halsey just fucking exuberates. There's just so much. I just feel like she's got no problem letting you know exactly what's going on in her world. And I love that from this standpoint. I don't personally know where the Marilyn Monroe part fits in, other than perhaps she is looking at it from a lyrical standpoint and kind of like, you know, saying her story to Marilyn Monroe maybe. But I can almost like bring it down to a point where this song just kind of feels like it's the reality that sometimes we feel like we're the only people in the world going through some of the things that we're going through. And in hindsight, actually way more people also experience these same things. But sometimes we do it on a much bigger scale. Halsey doing it, you know, as being this famous person. But I just feel like it's more so just kind of like this conversation that like, it's the same problems. Like sometimes we feel like we're the only person going through that. We're the only person in LA. We're the only person in New York. We're the only person. We feel so alone sometimes. Or at the same time, we just kind of feel like we're trying to keep up with our own shit for the sake of doing it. And it's very difficult to do that every time. Okay, this is like I said, we already did Ego, so this is Dog Years. And yeah, this is the PJ Harvey inspiration. PJ Harvey is cool.
Someone exactly like me.
Well, she could do this style forever. This is sick.
Trying to be positive, but oh, it's really hard. Put me.
Love hearing this dark vocal approach here. There's like, it's got some layers to it too, so it adds this like ambience to it, this creepiness. I love that with that fucking like punk rock kind of chord progression. Sick.
It's been a really good talk. Can I come inside? Yeah, I've been such a good girl. Can we go forward? I'm on a real short.
That fucking guitar is being played so hard.
I'm such a sweet girl. Cause my dog died last year. He fell asleep in my embrace.
Let's go.
The very last thing I told him was see you soon and we can race. Didn't ask to live, but dying's up to me.
I didn't ask to live, but dying is up to me. Fuck yes. Where's the Halsey merch with that? All dogs go to heaven, but what about a bitch?
Trees and lots of grass and lots of
oh my god.
Cake.
This is like literally just like a victory lap moment. I feel like just from a vocal standpoint from Halsey, like there's something to be said about being able to even pull off this kind of vocal delivery, let alone doing it in a way that's so fucking intriguing. Again, the word versatility is going to get thrown around a lot in here, but this is why. I mean, we're going to hear so many different sounds. It's crazy.
To the farm where all the dogs go.
The fucking vibe is so heavy of this song. That's such a good space for Halsey. We've heard Halsey do this kind of dark approach before, but I'm really a fan of it. I just feel like there's a level of intensity that is delivered that is like very unnerving. Like the song itself almost has like a level of discomfort. I feel like a lot of Nine Inch Nails songs are similar to that. And the reason I say that is because she's worked with Trent in the past. And I feel like you can hear that kind of feeling on the instrumental in this, even with the vocal delivery, the mixing on it, everything, it just has that intensity. But utilizing that to, I feel lyrically, the song is kind of just implying like, if I look at myself, it's almost like if I look at myself in dog years, if I look at myself as this bitch, like if I look at myself at the things that I've done or whatever the case may be, it's kind of just like likening it to that and kind of being this like caged animal that's like been left out, and you can feel that intensity. You can feel all of that power coming through. That is not easy to do, and to do it in a way that makes me feel like I want to fucking hang out and hear more of it. So I'm into that so much because like I want a level of discomfort in my music sometimes. That may not be everyone's cup of tea, but personally, as somebody who grew up listening to a lot of metal and punk and all kinds of other stuff, there is something to be said about what you can bring out of that rage and anger and you name it. So I'm here for it. All right. This is Letter to God, 1974. And I say that because there are other years on here. And this is Letter to God. And this would be her, impersonating Cher. Cool recording. Oh my god, that like gospel fucking vocal in the back. Come on, I got goosebumps off that fucking note right there. That gives you the all over chills. That's like one of those notes that like make you really feel something. Damn. That note is so good on here too. Please God, I wanna be loved. I don't wanna be somebody they wanna get rid of. Please God, let me be loved. I don't want to be somebody that they want to get rid of. I like feel like I want to cry at that. So like there's just so much emotion that if you think about it, it's really built into that. Not only just from the delivery of it, which I feel to me definitely already put me in an emotional, you know, like there's like something that like takes your defenses down. And like the first time I heard the note that I really liked, it killed my defenses. The fucking goosebumps went up and it was like, all right, bro, you're not tough anymore. And then by that last part, you know, just hitting those notes again just is so pretty. Oh my God. But the emotional depth of like, just let me have love because I just want someone to care and want me around. And I don't know why that's making me so fucking emotional right now, but God damn it. Ugh. Sometimes you like I don't want to feel all these emotions, you know? Sometimes I just want to like pretend like I don't have any. Damn it, Halsey. All right, this is track 5, Panic Attack, and this is her impersonation of Stevie Nicks. You know I took notes to make sure that I knew what these impersonations were. Look at me. Who is he in 2024? Okay.
Holding on to memories in my stomach and my teeth, and both my shoulders have been burdened by the weight. Is it love or a panic inside? Is a heavy heart too much to hold? I don't know, but it's late, so I'm taking
wish this would have been a single. I know it's an impersonation of Stevie Nicks, but like, I hear that in the instrumental for sure. I'm definitely hearing that. I actually feel like this is very much on brand for Halsey, and I love this sound. I'm really into. I feel like this should have been a single. I know that there's like all the songs that were picked as singles are fucking great. So like you can't pick them all. I get that. But this has a very contemporary sound, a very modern sound, even though it is that Stevie Nicks throwback. I feel like this is what a lot of modern sound, even in country and stuff, is sounding like. Come on. Promote the fuck out of this song. A little bit of reverb. Sick. Oh, whoa. How you make antihistamine sound cool?
I need a blood test or an antihistamine.
Come on. You've said that word probably like however many times in your life. I guess like now that I'm saying it out loud, I bet I've said the word antihistamine maybe like 9 times ever. But I can guarantee you that it never sounded cool like that.
Or an antihistamine.
Ooh.
Because you make me fucking nervous and I don't know.
Dude, there's a lot of really cool fucking unique choices being made here. I'm so into this. Just as a music nerd, this is, yeah, baby. Damn. That's a good fucking song. I love that. Is it love or a panic attack? I don't know, but would you mind if I asked you on the phone? Like, there's just like this like innocence to it too, because that plays into the idea of love and a panic attack, because the feelings do feel pretty similar. The butterflies in your stomach, the fluttering heart rate, all the things that I get when I am, you know, afraid to check the mail in fear that something in the mail might be bad news. That's normal, right? Love when that rasp comes out.
So I'm taking you home.
Yeah, this is my favorite song on the record so far, and it's not even just because I'm a sucker for Stevie Nicks related content, but it's literally just so fucking good and so like unapologetically Halsey too. So like impersonating or not, I could see Halsey putting this record out anyways, and that's kind of how I feel about everything I've heard so far. Is like, yeah, the impersonations are impersonating, except I feel like Halsey wears her influences on their sleeve. And I think that that is why this is working so well. But this is definitely my favorite track so far. Like that's solid fucking songwriting. It's great. It's got a really great melody. It's got an awesome fucking hook, which is so important. And I feel like this could be on the radio, but I really don't know, because I tend to like these songs. And then I find out that like, you know, I'm always like so wrong about single worthy material, but I don't know. I feel like I know what I like. All right. Anyways, speaking of I know what I like, this is End of the World. And this is her impersonation of Joni Mitchell. Cool.
You complain, but I'm saying sorry.
I like the rough production on this song. Gives it a lot of authenticity.
A child, could you hold me in the dark?
If you knew it was the end of the world, could you love me like a child? Could you hold me in the dark? Like if you knew that everything was going to come to an end, would you be able to show me some fucking emotion, some love, support me, be here with me?
So I ran into the clinic and I asked to see the man.
Come on.
With his white.
I say this a lot, but like already talented vocalists harmonizing with themselves, it's really unbeatable. And then like, I know this is not produced by Jack Antonoff, but side note about Jack Antonoff, you should look at what it looks like when he like does a vocal and then he puts like 19 fucking layers of the same vocal hitting different notes just to see what that's gonna sound like.
We could sail on broken driftwood through the sopping wet terrain and count the buildings and the bodies getting swallowed by the rain.
This is just, it's literally such a good feeling to listen to this. I don't even know how to put that into words for y'all other than this feels good to hear. Like, these harmonies are literally serving a life sentence in my brain. Let's do it.
Through the sopping wet terrain and count the buildings and the bodies getting swallowed by the rain. And in the water there's a doctor who didn't listen to my claim. What a shame, he's circling the drain.
God.
When I met you, I said I would never die, but the joke was always mine, 'cause I'm racing against time. And I know it's not the end of the world, but could you pick me up at 8? 'Cause my treatment starts today.
No. Not gonna do it. He's gonna do it. He's not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Nope. Look, I just the reason I always point it out is because you can't fucking lie about this. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, I can't fake the physical response. And I think that oftentimes, people probably think you always like all this stuff. You got nothing but good things to say, but that's just really how my brain works with this shit. And so I try to show you when I have a physical response to things so that I'm not fucking playing with this shit. Why did the last lines have to be so fucking hard? That's the thing about songs in general, but especially songs that really build up like this, having so much space to really go through this journey and tell the story, and then at the end stab you in the fucking neck. No, the news that I received maybe wasn't the end of the world, but do you think you could pick me up because it is the start of my treatment? There's been too much life this year that revolves around this shit. You know what I mean? So it's not the end of the world, but it feels like the end of the world. And so it's hard to even try to make it feel like anything else. Oh, she had to hit that last line. Why couldn't it just be the rest of the song, which is just I know that it's not currently the end of the world, but can you give me my love and support and all the things that I need? Because now I'm at a point when I feel like I'm crossing a road that is, or possibly could be, the end of the world. And even though it's not right now, I need all the support that I could possibly get. And now I feel like I am experiencing all of that with Halsey. That's fucked up. That's crazy. Okay, well, we're going to move on because I am not going to fucking cry. I am going to go, but I'm not going to cry. Okay, this is track 7, I Believe in Magic. Linda Ronstadt, who I'm not familiar with, or at least just based on the name, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm very familiar and I don't know. All right, this is I Believe in Magic. We oftentimes, I feel like we take for granted life, and more so not even just life, but the fact that it's consistently slipping away from us. I have this tattoo, which I'm getting covered up because I'm covering all of my tattoos up. Just want to do something different. I've been fucking look the same my whole life, but it says time slips away, and it's because we sometimes forget that. And then because of that, we forget to live or try sometimes. And I love this, idea that having a child kind of re-inspired Halsey to try, or at least that's how I feel in the lyrics right there. I want to comment on it, but I don't want to cry. You know what I mean? Oh, what a horrible place to exist in right now. So
I feel like I have like a lot of emotions towards this song because like this is like part of getting older, and I think like it makes it even more real when you like looking like, I mean, I have my dogs and like I feel this way too, but like looking at a child and like knowing that like life's gonna keep going on, and like you want to try because you want to be there for them while they're here, and you want them because, you know, Halsey's saying like, you know, I didn't have the chance to do these same things, and like I want to make sure that I give my kid, you know, this world. But at the same time, there's this really personal thing going on with Halsey too, where she's having to kind of realize that she's not been like really living the life, like living the life that she wants. And the problem with that comes 100-fold, because time keeps going whether you fucking want it or not. Time is a real bitch because it just fucking goes. There's no pause button. There's no stop, rewind. We can't bring back anybody or anything ever. And because of that, we have to use that as motivation to move forward, to push forward, to always like want to do the thing that we love because we've got the time to do it now. You know what? I'm going to use this opportunity to say this. I will always hype up people that I like and support. I'm gonna tell them I love them. I do that often. If you've interacted with me, I've probably told you I love you. And I'm gonna speak kindly of you if I can, because like, this is it. When people pass away, when people are gone, I don't want to live with, why didn't I tell them that I thought they were cool, or why didn't I say nicer things about them when they were here? Like, I think a lot of us are dealing with the passing of some really big, important people and important names in our lives. And like, there's like such a fucking real reality to all of this. And so many people are probably having to sit in that moment now and realize, like, look at all this horrible stuff I say about people, and it turns out they fucking read it, and now they're not here, and I can't fix these things. And I will say that, like, for as dumb as I can be, and as silly as my content can be sometimes, like, I live very comfortably and happily knowing that I fucking say how I feel about people, and I give them their props, and I will appreciate them when they're here. I put a huge fucking effort in appreciating people when they're here. And it's because it fucking, the finality of death is fucking just a bitch. Oh God, now we just need like a moment. Like, I need to like have coffee beans in here that I can just smell after just having a fucking emotional moment like that. But I feel like it all needs to be said, okay? Hella people think that they are just fucking invincible on the internet. Like, you could just say anything, but like, that shit affects people. And sometimes it affects people in a way that you couldn't possibly imagine. So it's crazy. Anyways, this is Letter to God. I said that like, yeah, this is Letter to God from 1983 version. And it is a Bruce Springsteen impersonator.
Marks on his arms, but had the most angelic face. I watched my friends die before 21, and now I'm 28. I'm at the doctor's every day because I can't stop losing weight. And now I'm the one with the needles in my arms and in my legs. I'm making jokes about the blood tests, and I'm planning my estate. And I don't wanna blame a child, but I have to speculate if this could all just be an answer to those prayers that came delayed. I don't wanna be sick, and I don't wanna hurt, so get it over with quick. Please God, I don't wanna be loved, don't wanna be somebody that you're trying to get rid of.
I'm literally like, I don't know how much of Halsey being sick and having to not appreciate, but having to like come face to face with death, I can even handle. Like, I struggle with this so much on my own. Like, this is fucking heavy, like heavy
as fuck. I like started this thing in like way better of a mood. I'm like broken a little bit with this record. I feel like I just, damn, like, please God, I don't want to be sick. Just make it quick. I don't want to be in pain. I don't like what fucking God damn it. Like, it's just like a lot at once. You know what I mean? I know y'all are feeling this shit too. This is heavy. And also like shout out Halsey. You're obviously feeling all this too, because we are just getting fucking annihilated in this thing. Oh, I feel like I would have been better off to get jumped. All right. This is Hometown with, this is the impersonation of Dolly Parton. Oh, shit.
The kids from all the county, we would walk out in the heat. Along the train tracks with our paper bags and gravel in our feet. In our heads, we picked the husband from the 100 men we knew. But I kissed a poster of a pop star and checked my breasts in case they grew. There ain't no reason on this earth I go back to my hometown, somewhere in the American dream means staying young forever.
Fuck. I can't tell if Evergreen at 17 is just supposed to in the idea here being that this person passed away. I don't know why I feel the morbidity of this, but like there's a lot of realness and heaviness happening in this record. So it's not above the idea of thinking that I'm never going to return to my hometown where I have all these faded memories, especially of this person that, you know, maybe I was friends with, or maybe all these things, but you know, where that person, you know, there's this memory of that person and on the football team, doesn't matter. We all lived through these things, going to school and having friends. I had a friend that I cared very deeply for, and just a little bit out of high school, he passed away. And it's strange because when I hear this song, I think of the idea of there's no way I'm going to my hometown because I don't want those memories to come back up because that person is no longer there. It's a faded photo of a memory that happened however many years ago. And though that person was very important to me at that time and now, going there would feel strange because that is simply just a memory that can never come back. I know time you can't bring back, but like you can't bring back people. And sometimes some places are fucked if the person you love is no longer there. That's all I'm saying. I want to be wrong about the meaning of all of these songs because I just feel like there's just a heaviness. All right. It's just fucking heavy. Like not heavy in the sense of heavy, like this instrumental is heavy as in like man, I need to go fucking decompress after this or just cry a lot. Okay. We have already done I Never Loved You. Got a full video on it. So this is Darwinism. I have been looking forward to this song because I love David Bowie, and this is an impersonation of the Starman himself. So Darwinism.
There's lots of fish out in the pond, in the oceans and the rivers and in all the waterfalls. I have fire in my bones and in my veins.
And the reverb on the voice.
Show and scare my suitors far away.
Come on, like even just the random sound effects and stuff happening in the back, like super Bowie coded.
And that's something that I don't. You all learned something that I fear I'll never know.
Fuck.
You all grew body parts I fear I'll never grow. You all know me in a metal box that's bound to rust. Shoot me into space and leave me to combust. Return to Earth and just dissolve into its crust.
Come on. That is a fucking sick line. So I actually really love this impersonation in particular because, okay, Bowie's got a very extensive catalog. So like if you only know like a handful of like his super famous hits, then this might seem like kind of surprising, but he has a lot of these like very ambient, atmospheric songs that are very introspective, really have you questioning a lot of things about just existence and your existence and kind of all of that. And all in this like spectral kind of feeling of this, you know, kind of like being in a universe, just kind of like drifting through the blackness of space. And Halsey fucking nailed that. Like Halsey grabbed right a hold of that. I feel like this is one of those songs where I definitely want to go back and catch more of the lyrics because there's a lot of very quotable lines in this song. And also just saying, if y'all need a sick Halsey tattoo, there are at least like 3 Halsey tattoos lyrically that exist in this song. 2 for sure, but I'm going to say there's probably 3. All right. We already did Lonely as the Muse. I have a full video for that. So this is Arsonist, which is track 13. And this is her impersonation of Fiona Apple, who I don't think I've ever listened to Fiona Apple before. So this is Arsonist.
Burning down the world to feel its heat.
Wait, what?
The arsonist doesn't feel the embers on his feet. Handcuffed to a narcissistic lie. Empty.
I'm going to a building that's on fire, handcuffed to a narcissistic liar.
Arsonist burning down the world to feel its heat.
Dude.
The arsonist doesn't feel the embers on his feet. Arsonist, your human starter kit came incomplete. My apologies.
I love there's like just a little bit of a delay between the main vocal and the layers, and what it's giving me, this is obviously what Fiona Apple's music is sounding like, but it's also giving me that Lana kind of sound as well. There's something to be said about that baked in goodness when it comes to like what you can do with the vocals to let it stand out almost as its own instrumental while still being dope as fuck. I love how fluid those vocals are.
Arsonist burning down the world to feel its heat. The arsonist doesn't
I thought I knew the words.
You leave me sleeping in the dark so you can hide away your blade, then lock the door and trap me right here in the blaze.
I really love the vocal production here because I really love that there's like no space that doesn't have a voice or a delay of a voice or some reverb left of a voice. The vocals are very much present throughout this entire thing. And like when it fills that much space, I feel like it's sort of this like demanding kind of presence, and like your brain just wants to like follow wherever it's gonna go.
Have you ever been worried that if you just not getting burned off inside? Have you ever given the world to somebody as a gift, woken from a dream just to realize that you were still asleep? Do you ever wish you were still asleep? Do you ever wish you wouldn't wake up?
Wait, what? I probably just went on the coolest journey ever. Like, I don't know if that's what all of Fiona Apple's music kind of sounds like, but like, if not, then I need Halsey to do this sound more because I've definitely never heard Halsey do this sound, and I'm so fucking into how dark and yet vibey this is. Like, I feel like the lights are dimmed really low and we are fucking just jamming. We're cooling out. You're on stage, fucking literally just like, almost like slam poetry. It's like almost like poetry, almost like an open mic night, but there's this really cool vibe to it. And again, I love the vocal presence that's all over this because I feel like that alone makes your brain stuck to the song. And then that drum beat that's like, hey, This is how we hypnotize you. And now, you know, at the end, it gets so fucking deep. It's like, you ever have the dream where you wake up, but you think you're still asleep? Or you wish you want to be asleep still? Or maybe you wish that you don't wake up? Like, you're like, I just love that we went from like this cool beat to now we're addressing death and shit like that. Like, that is this Halsey record. Fuck. Okay. This next one is track 14, Life of the Spider. This is her doing Tori Amos. I know that I have heard Tori Amos before. I couldn't tell you what song I know, but I'm sure that I know Tori Amos songs. Okay.
Days now I've been living here, too tired to sleep, too sick to eat. My teeth.
Fuck.
'Cause
I feel like a monster, and it doesn't help that you're going to treat me like I have the venom in my teeth.
when I least expect it. God, how could I even think of daring to exist? Looking just like this.
I'm not okay.
And think of daring to exist. I least expected. God, how could I even think of daring to exist?
God, how could I even think of daring to exist? Imagine, as a person, you liken your place in someone's life or in their relationship as to being the spider in the bathroom that was simply trying to stay warm from the cold, simply trying to find comfort. You know when you see the spider, I don't because I'm vegan, but you know when you see the spider that your probably first instinct is to kill it. And she's simply implying that, like, I am that spider, and like you look at me like I'm this monster. You like fuck me for wanting to exist.
You curse.
Fuck.
I should be getting better, but I'm only getting worse. And God, how dare I even think of choosing here to die? 'Cause then I'm just a problem that you have to take outside.
Oh my
And I
god.
know you hate the sight of me. I haunt you.
Dude, I'm like not okay. Like, I'm like debating on do I just like not finish this because it's so fucking like heavy, man. It's like that's real shit right there. And like you can hear in her voice every fucking word that was just said rings true in her life at some point. Like, I feel like you're telling me things that I shouldn't be allowed to know. Like, I say that whenever artists like open up their fucking like world and they want to tell you like everything that they got going on, but like sometimes I feel like maybe I shouldn't know because like I hear the struggle in the voice, I hear the vocal crack, I hear the tears come out. Like Halsey, but that was not recording a song, that was a therapy session that we just listened to. Like, I feel privy to some information I probably shouldn't fucking have. And at the same time, like I relate to the song so much. I feel like growing up, goddamn, like, fuck. You ever just have shit just make you fucking feel speechless, but like you just want to cry? Yeah, that's, you know what? Like, I got Hurt Feelings, which is track 15, which is, okay, pull it back together. I've been looking forward to this song because I don't want to cry, because it is Halsey impersonating Badlands Halsey, which is super cool. So we are going to do the song Hurt Feelings with Hurt Feelings.
Wash me in the water, you can cut off all my hair and I'll be changing like the weather, but I'll never be like, maybe just
I can't do
forget it,
this.
maybe move on, don't regret it, or maybe this is just another trick that hasn't happened yet. Wash me in the water, you can cut off all my hair. It's thick, water is forever, and it's deeper than a board, lighter than a
Blood is thick. Water is forever. That's true, man. Don't forget that, like, blood is thick, but like you could fucking also pick your own family. Don't ever forget that.
It was my fault, and now sometimes I still do. You didn't chase me through the park, so now I'm chasing after you. But I can't keep up the illusion or confirm your point of view. No, I can't bear to fake a smile when you walk into the room. 'Cause blood is thick,
damn.
water is forever, and I'm stiffer than a board, lighter than a feather in that.
You know what it is? It's growing up with these pop stars, I think. And like, you know, I've been reacting to Halsey for like maybe like 5 years now, 4 or 5 years now. And like, she's in a totally different place in her life. And like, I also am, but like, we are like on the same wavelength, not in, obviously she's like fucking like superstar, right? But like, we're on the same wavelength in the issues that we are now dealing with in our adult lives based on things that we, you know, did growing up or whatever. And like, it's so interesting to follow someone's career and then them get to the point where they're like, I mean, I feel like Halsey's always addressed stuff, but I feel like this is very introspective, especially with the trauma that Halsey has experienced leading up to this record. Like, there's just like a lot that plays into that. And like, these lyrics just feel very fucking personal. And also I relate to so much of this. Like, damn. Another thing about this song that is really hard is the chorus, because especially like there at the end, that last chorus, I'm like getting the goosebumps again. There's this like level of innocence where it's like I'm gonna like smile through all of this, even though like it fucking sucks that I'm going through this. You know what I mean? Like, it's this like innocence of like, I'm gonna pretend that everything's okay. And like, I'm just going to like push through it, even though like this fucking sucks that it has to be something that I'm going through or that like I'm having to experience. And I'm not saying that like people don't experience worse things than this, but it's like this kind of shit affects you longer and longer as you get older and you reflect on things. And in Halsey's situation where you become a parent, you reflect on it as well. Like, there's just so much like ingrained in this. It's just, it's a lot, man. It's a fucking lot. I do like to hear Badlands style Halsey though. Like, really, she really like has a unique sound in pop music, especially around the Badlands era. Okay, we've already done Lucky, which actually hurt feelings into Lucky. Talk about a sick transition, because like the Lucky interpolation, that's great. All right, this is Letter to God 1998, the Aaliyah version.
Please God, or whoever you are. Please God, or whoever you are.
How am I not gonna cry at the fucking Aaliyah interpolation? Not interpolation, impersonation.
So I'm basking in these moments where I feel a shred of joy.
Fuck yeah.
But I don't think my pleas are heard because I'm screaming in the void. I took a little while to respond to my prayer. Please God, no, this doesn't seem fair. I'm trying not to show it, but I'm terribly scared. Please God, oh whoever you are.
I just want to like the Letter to God fucking trio on this album can like fuck all the way off, because it is just breaking my soul. Like, I am like, this is where I'm at in my life. Like, this Letter to God shit, this moment of like just the fucking why, the who, what, where, when, and why. I love Halsey's delivery on this. like I said, the Letter to Gods are super fucking special. I'm all like goosebumped out and shit over here. Like y'all are just watching me just have a full meltdown on this. I'm sorry. I love this one a lot. I really love to hear the generational changes. Just the from the lyrics, from just the sonic value of each generation of the Letter to God series. So it would be really cool to see this just put out like on like a 7-inch record, like a little like 3-song 7-inch record collectible for Record Store Day. So Halsey, if there's a world in which you may ever come across this moment in a video, yeah, you guys should do that. That would be a very beautiful collector's thing for this. Like, I'd love to take home a trinket of the pain that I've been put through in this record emotionally. So now that I'm like, I got like snot and tears and spit and whatever. All right. So the last track is The Great Impersonator, which is the impersonation of Bjork.
Every single line,
Ooh.
every single rhyme, every single truth I sing once started as a lie. Hope they resonate.
I mean, the play on lyricism there is pretty fucking fantastic, considering like, despite all the things that Halsey has been going through just throughout their career in their personal lives, being able to just like put on for everybody else is both a skill set and also a really dark defense mechanism in the long run.
Applaud her. This is a cry for help, calling for assistance, but you can't tell I need it when you're watching from a distance.
Come on, that's got to be some of the most real lyricism on this. Are you kidding me? It's literally Halsey saying, hello, I'm literally fucking telling you I need help, but you're just watching and applauding. You are watching my downfall.
And here lies the great impersonator.
Well, are you kidding me, Halsey? Because this record hurts. It hurts. I think that like, the longer that I do what I do, the more music that I fucking take in, the more artists that I end up listening to so much of their music that I feel like I'm friends with them. Like, I know y'all know what I mean. Like, we listen to music to a point that we feel like we know these people. And like, then I narrate on so much of the music. I commentate on so much of the music that I feel like I know a lot about these people. I feel like I get like a little bit of a peek into their life because I, as a musician, especially Halsey, wrote all of these songs. You were getting a direct glance into their heart, into their brain, into their soul. This record's fucking hard to listen to because of the things that Halsey has been going through in her life. The realness of how precious life is obviously has come into full frame for Halsey. And now with the loss of a relationship, with the birth of a child, there's so many things at 28 years old that Halsey is going through. And I feel like lyrically, it tears me the fuck up in this record. And I know I'm not the only one. I know someone's listening to this and they're like, wow, I feel very like, like I feel like I need a cleanse at the end of this because I feel like I'm sharing a lot of trauma with Halsey in this. And by the way, none of this is a negative. This is fucking powerful. Like, I should have prefaced it by saying this kind of feeling for a full project, that though sounds very different track by track, has such a concise sort of like narration, and commentary. And man, I just feel like Halsey really took us on a trip here, because though
I personally am not dealing with the same exact things that Halsey is dealing with in their life, though, you know, you are probably dealing with things that are different. The point is, there comes a moment in which the crossroads align, in which the end of result is life and death. At the end of the day, that's it. It's life and death. And there's this part in between where like we can make it beautiful and pretty and all these things with the right perspective, right? Maybe we can control things with the right perspective. But like sometimes when things suck, they just fucking suck. And I'm glad that Halsey didn't mask that. Going through sicknesses, going through love loss, going through the loss of life, going through childhood trauma, going through generational trauma, all of those things are fucking heavy, and they require an amount of attention that ends up being very personal on this record. So I feel like this is my favorite record from Halsey, and there's a lot of reasons why. One, this is not a cover album, and even though it is a impersonator album, even though it's impersonations, no, this is just Halsey. Like, all Halsey did was deconstruct herself and then put the record out. Because at the end of the day, the artist that Halsey is because of all of the people that Halsey is inspired by that leads to that artist. So we're getting the sound and kind of vibe feeling from each track based on these other artists. But the reality is that we're getting the true honest form of Halsey, but Halsey in a defense mechanism for the sake of showmanship here. For the sake of showmanship, she's doing it by playing a character in each of these. But at the end of the day, we all know the reality that Halsey is the one that is going through these things. What tears me up the most is definitely the Letter to God series, because it starts out sad, but as it goes on, that questioning through generations, like you're hearing it through like different eras of music, the questioning of, you know, essentially like, why am I here? And if I am here, why do I have to get sick? Why does life have to end? Why do we have to experience all these things? These are the whys that we have to ask ourselves consistently. And I feel like as you get older, the reality sets in, because before I was like 27, I didn't think about dying, even though like I definitely had 2 experiences in which I was almost dead. I definitely feel like I'm leaving this thing just like processing a lot. Like that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be processing a lot at this point. So I feel like there's gonna be more moments I need to listen to this record. There are a couple songs I really want to dive back into, and I really need Halsey and the team to put out the Letter to God series as like a Record Store Day exclusive. I think that would be really cool. All 3 of those songs are very unique, even though similar lyric structure and stuff. But I think that they tell a story. They also just like take me to a place that is both good and bad for my mental health. I would say it's making me process it, even though I don't want to. And I think that takes a lot of power. What Halsey has done with this record is honestly, like, it's so much more than I thought it was going to be. Like, I'm not gonna lie, going into this, I was like, oh, it's going to be cool. Halsey's going to be showing us that she can, you know, do all this shit. I already know that she can, but cool. We're going to hear it. But like, this is so much bigger than that. There's like so many layers to this. This thing is like a whole ass onion, you know, onions and ogres, they have layers. And I feel like there's a lot to dive into just on that. And I don't even think I could do it emotionally. I don't think I could handle it. I think that this record is the most I've cried in a fucking album reaction ever. Like the amount of times that she just hit me in my soul, I just realized I empathize very hard with Halsey. I just want you to be okay. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please do me a huge favor and drop a like on this video. You guys have no idea how much that helps this shit out. Also, my channel's not monetized. If you guys want to support my channel at all, check out Patreon. The link's in the description. You guys can see the album listening party, as well as all my other Halsey reactions and over 150 album listening parties. So like there's a hell of a lot of content for you guys to check out. I need y'all in the best way possible, meaning like in a non-emotionally aggressive way, because these songs are emotional. So like we all got to take a breath, you know, but like tell me your top 3 songs that you feel like, not your top 3 favorites, but what are the 3 songs that like you feel like you really connected with? Because these are very personal lyrics. I feel like this is going to hit everyone a little bit different. So I'm very curious as to know what songs are calling to you. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video.
Don't forget to go check out The Great Impersonator. You can go pick up the record, support Halsey. But I love y'all. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.